If you're struggling to figure out how many calories that you need to eat to lose weight, gain weight, maintain your weight, then you landed on the right video. I'm going to help you guys out today. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. All right, so a common question that I get from my clients and from other women around the world is how much should I eat? How many calories should I eat on a daily basis for my goals? And so I wanted to share with you guys today how you can figure out how much to eat based on your activity level, your current weight, how much you want to weigh, and kind of some other issues that you might have going on. So, in general, the formula that we use to figure out how many calories to eat in a day is your desired body weight times your activity multiplier, and that's going to equal your maintenance calories, which is the number of calories that would keep you at the weight that you're currently at. Okay? So first, let's dive into this. We need to know what your desired weight is, right? And to figure that out, we're going to ask ourselves, how much do I currently weigh? And what would I like to weigh in 4 months? Okay. I don't want you using a long-term goal right now. Something that's pretty short-term, your desired weight will give us a good estimate. Okay. This can't be 30 pounds or more less than what you currently weigh. So if you weigh 200, your desired weight can't be less than 170. Okay. And then we take into consideration some lean body mass considerations as well. If you're over 200 pounds for women or over 300 pounds for men, then we adjust this number down by 10% more, right? So if let's use 250 pounds for an example, you want to weigh 230 pounds, we would say your desired body weight is 230, but then we take off another 10% to actually use for your desired body weight. And the reason for that is just uh, body fat mass doesn't take energy to maintain. Muscle mass does. So the more muscle mass you have, the closer to your desired body weight that you can use for this formula. Okay. Um, but in general, like if you're confused and you don't know what to do, use your desired body weight for the next 4 months. What is your goal weight? That's the weight you use. Okay. Next consideration is your activity and lifestyle. So this is basically how much you exercise and what do you do for work, right? And there's a little chart here that I use to help clients figure this out, to figure out for their exercise, right? For your work, I'm assuming that most people are relatively sedentary. Most of us don't work super manual jobs anymore. So we're either sitting at a desk or, a machine's doing the labor for us and we're just operating it, whatever it might be. We're pretty sedentary in general. So we're using a low to moderate activity level for your work, assuming that across the board. If that is not the case for you, then this wouldn't make sense. Okay. Um, so this is for those who have a low to moderate activity job. So that's the lifestyle consideration we're going to use. For your exercise, there's a little chart here that I use to help my clients figure out what their activity multiplier should be based on how much they exercise, right? So if you exercise, how this works is if you exercise 0 hours per day, your activity multiplier is going to be 10. Okay. Now, this is giving you a range, which I'll talk about in a second. It doesn't apply to this one. 0 hours per day is an activity multiplier of 10. 1 hour per day is an activity multiplier of 12 to 13. Now, how you're going to figure out if you choose 12 or 13 will depend on how many times per week that you're doing that. So if you're doing 1 hour 3 times per week, you're going to err toward the 12. And if you're doing 1 hour 6 times per week, you're going to err toward the 13. Okay. And that goes for these other ranges as well. If you exercise 2 to 3 hours a day, your multiplier is going to be 14 to 16, right? 3 to 4 hours, 17 to 18. These are pretty unrealistic. Most people are doing 1 hour a day for 3 to 5 sessions per week. So most people are landing at 12 or 12 and a half, okay, for their activity multiplier. Okay. So now we have this activity multiplier, we have your desired body weight, so we can figure out what your maintenance calories is, meaning what's the number of calories that's going to keep you at the same weight that you currently are. So we're going to use an example of a woman who's 160 pounds, exercising 1 hour, 5 days per week. If we go through all the things we just did above, her desired body weight is 140. What we'll find is with a desired body weight of 140 and an activity multiplier of 12.5, right? That's 1 hour, 5 times per week, 12.5. We're gonna take 140, multiply it by 12.5, and we get 1750. That is her maintenance number of calories. Okay. Now, that's obviously just going to keep you at the same weight that you are. If you want to lose weight or gain weight, we need to make a change to that. So, if you want to lose weight, what we're going to do is we're going to take that maintenance number and we're going to take off 5 to 10%, 5 to 20%. And that's really depending on how aggressive that you want your weight loss to be. The more aggressive, typically, the less sustainable it's going to be. And the less aggressive, the longer it's going to take you to get results. So, you're trying to find a balance in the middle, right? Typically, for 8 to 12 weeks, I use 15%. And then we would go to another period of time after that where your goal is not to lose weight, is to maintain it so we can let your metabolism recover. With that said, how you would do this is you would take 1750 and multiply it by either 95% for a 5% reduction or 80% for a 20% reduction, right? So the two examples are here. Aggressive cut being 1750 times 0.8, and then you'd get 1400 calories would be your aggressive number. And a very low aggressive number would be 1750 times 0.95, 1662. So you're probably thinking somewhere in the middle of these two numbers is where you're going to want to be and hit the sweet spot. Okay. That's for if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to gain weight, it's the exact same process, but we're going in the opposite direction. So now we're going to add 5 to 20% calories, depending on how aggressive you want that to happen. Okay. However, I wish that we lived in a perfect world that calories in versus calories out was true. In a lot of cases, it is. A lot of cases, it truly is. If you burn more calories than you consume, you're going to lose weight. The problem is, oftentimes our metabolism is not functioning super well, so we actually don't burn a lot of calories naturally. So these numbers could be off if your metabolism is sluggish, right? And if your hormones are imbalanced, that could be causing your metabolism to be sluggish. So, um, and that could be from sleep, that could be from chronic stress, that could be from chronic dieting and being eating really low calories for a long period of time. There's a lot of reasons why your metabolism can be slow. Okay, so if we look at, I'll show you a little graph on this. If we look at a healthy metabolism here, this person is eating this many calories and burning this many calories, they are going to lose weight, right? That difference is what creates the fat loss. The problem is, if this person eats the same amount of calories and their metabolism is slower, they're actually in a calorie surplus. They're getting more calories than they're burning and they're going to gain weight. And this person could be the same weight, same age, the same activity level, but their metabolism just isn't functioning quite right. So we need to figure out how to, we don't need to reduce this number, right? We don't need to reduce the amount of food that we're eating. We need to increase our output. We need to increase how many calories that we burn naturally. And that happens through a process called reverse dieting and by working on your stress, your sleep, and your daily movement, right? So for a reverse diet, what we would do is we would try to slowly increase the number of calories that you're eating on a daily basis to the point where we get you to your maintenance number that we calculated, and you can eat that amount of calories and not gain weight. That is when we know that your metabolism is functioning well, right? And you have to do that slowly. You have to add calories in slowly and try to lift yourself up to that maintenance number. Because if you just try to go right for it, you're going to gain a lot of body weight. So the goal in a reverse diet is to slowly increase the calories and get to your maintenance level without putting too much weight on. You're going to put a little weight on. You're going to add a little bit of water weight. You might add a little bit of muscle mass. You might add a little bit of body fat, but it won't be a ton. And it's going to set you up for long-term success, because if your metabolism is functioning like this, you have no shot long-term. So typically, let's say that I would start you where you're at, right? If you're right now eating 1,200 calories and you're staying the same weight, your metabolism is slow. And so what we would do is we would start you at 1,200, and each week we'd increase your calories by 50. So next week you're eating 1,250. The week after that you're eating 1,300. And we do that until we get to your maintenance number. And then we can go into a fat loss phase where we reduce the calories and number again. And you're going to look like this person, where eating the same amount of food actually creates weight loss versus eating the same amount of food here creates weight gain. So those are the things to consider. That's how you figure out how many calories that you need to eat on a daily basis to hit your goals, and how to figure out if you need a reverse diet. Um, and a lot of women do. A lot of women do struggle with their metabolism and their hormones, and that's the main problem that they have. And if you just try to keep reducing the amount of calories and trying new diets and trying new exercise routines, you're gonna struggle for a long time. You need to find an approach that instead raises up your metabolism and gets that to function again, so you can have success long term. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope that was helpful. Stay tuned for us on our next YouTube video, and I'm super, super excited to keep dropping this content to you guys and keep informing you on things related to weight loss, metabolism, hormones, all those things that that women are struggling with that are causing them to gain weight. And we're going to help you figure that out and help you get back on track and feel better, and show up as the mom you want to be, and fit into those jeans you want to fit in. And really, like, my goal is to help you lose 15 to 20 pounds, and I know that you can do it. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things.